Welcome to Campauto, where forgotten machines behave like they still have government clearance and emotional trauma from the 1990s. Tonight, we are diving into something that was never supposed to exist in real life at all. The Herkimer Battle Jitney from Mystery Men, a vehicle that looks like a rejected military prototype, a sci-fi joke, and a budget crisis all welded into one rolling contradiction. The wild part starts with a fact that feels almost illegal in engineering terms. This battle-ready armored personnel carrier was never a real military vehicle. It was born in Hollywood in 1999, designed purely as a prop for a superhero parody film. And yet, it somehow outlived the movie's popularity, the box office disappointment, and even common sense. I once saw a collector in Arizona call it the most honest fake vehicle ever built, which is either deep philosophy or workshop fumes talking. Historically, the Herkimer Battle Jitney was constructed by Richard Airstream and his father using a 1979 Ford C900 cab-over truck as the backbone. They didn't just modify it. They performed what I like to call cinematic surgery with a welding torch and no anesthesia. Additional components were sourced from a decommissioned Airstream trailer, which explains why parts of it look like a road trip that got drafted into the military. The design came from sketches provided by the film's director, who imagined a Pentagon project from the 1950s meant to transport congressmen through battlefield zones safely while they argued about funding. Now here's where things get fun. The script literally described it as a heavily armored, windowless, soundproof personnel carrier. In reality, it had more personality than most political debates. It appeared on screen for only a few minutes, yet somehow became more memorable than the entire plot. I can't believe this happened moment one. A vehicle with less screen time than a coffee break became the most discussed part of the movie. Technically speaking, the base Ford C900 already had a reputation for being a durable medium-duty truck, designed for industrial hauling rather than cinematic fame. The cab-over layout meant the driver sits above the engine, which gives it that classic, "I can see your bad decisions from above" posture. The chassis was heavily reinforced for the film build, and the bodywork was replaced with hand-shaped armored panels that mimic military styling without actually following any real armor standards. The engine and drivetrain remained largely based on Ford's heavy-duty truck configuration of the era, designed for torque rather than speed, which is appropriate because nothing about this vehicle suggests urgency except its appearance. Suspension components were strengthened to handle the added weight of metal plating, trailer parts, and pure artistic chaos. The braking system, however, remained one of the most understated heroes of the build because stopping something that looks like a moving bunker is not a casual engineering task. I can't believe this happened. Moment two. Despite being built for fiction, the Jitney accidentally became more mechanically coherent than some actual experimental military prototypes from the Cold War era. Even its proportions tell a story. The exaggerated front grille, oversized wheel arches, and armored plating create a visual illusion of invincibility, even though underneath it remains a 1979 workhorse truck trying its best not to question its life choices. And that, honestly, might be the most relatable engineering story ever told. What makes the Herkimer Battle Jitney so fascinating in modern collector culture is not just its movie origin, but its afterlife. After Mystery Men underperformed at the box office despite a cast full of major Hollywood names, the vehicle quietly disappeared into obscurity for nearly 2 decades. While the film faded, the Jitney survived in photos, forums, and the minds of people who clearly enjoy mechanical chaos more than financial logic. Design-wise, the philosophy is pure cinematic exaggeration. It was built to look like a government project that had been approved during a very long meeting where nobody was entirely sure what they were voting for. The armored panels, lack of standard visibility, and improvised military styling create a machine that prioritizes presence over practicality. In real-world terms, it is less battle transport and more mobile argument with wheels. Compared to real military and industrial trucks, the Jitney sits in a strange category. Too heavy for casual transport, too impractical for logistics, but too iconic to ignore. Most armored vehicles are designed around function first, aesthetics second. The Jitney flips this completely. It looks like it should survive anything, even if it was never meant to leave a film set. That paradox is exactly why collectors and builders continue to admire it today. In today's custom vehicle market, similar builds often appear at auctions or private restorations, usually priced more for craftsmanship and pop culture value than engineering originality. The Herkimer Battle Jitney represents a niche where film history and mechanical fabrication overlap, creating something that is valued less as transportation and more as rolling art. And now, the final reflection. I can't believe this happened, moment 3. A vehicle that was originally built as a joke about superhero bureaucracy has become a real-world restoration project idea, proving once again that Hollywood props have a strange habit of refusing to stay fictional when people get emotionally attached to welds and nostalgia. The Jitney stands as a reminder that engineering does not always begin with necessity. Sometimes it begins with a sketch, a film set, and someone saying, "Yes, let's actually build that." Huge thanks to everyone supporting Campauto. The channel survives on people who appreciate machines that look like they escaped from alternate timelines and questionable government programs. May your tools always work, your bolts never strip, and your neighbors never ask what you're building in the garage at 2 o'clock in the morning. And if you enjoyed this ride through cinematic engineering madness, subscribe to Campauto, because somewhere out there is another impossible vehicle waiting to become someone's next bad idea with excellent execution.